Welcome, Don Shainis. Welcome to the Capper Comparison Picks, my first interview.
What's
So
up, Ranj? How are you?
thanks for coming on, Don. So
I
we
don't
got our first well-deserved invite to that's a tall test, but you're in the UFC now. So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
got an
I'm super
actual
excited.
is this like a one-off contract or is this more than one fight contract? What's is
No,
there
I'm in the UFC. I'm in the
right?
UFC.
Is it sometimes they give like multiple fight contracts or how's that working?
I
Do
don't
you
think the
know?
UFC does one-off contracts. I don't want to get into
So you
specifics,
have you
but
have two more fights after that. Usually they do like three fights, don't they?
yeah, I think it's three or four.
Oh, awesome. Good for you. Good for you. But Sodiq Yussuff, tall test, he's ranked 12 in the featherweight division for the UFC. This is have you been preparing for this, watching tape or anything like that? What do you know about your opponent here?
What do I know about him? I mean, striker through and through. Clean, crisp, long, explosive. But I see there's holes.
Yeah.
I see there's holes, and I don't think his grappling's on par with his striking. I think, like I said, his striking's super crisp and clean, but I see that he doesn't throw too many combinations. Once he gets tired, it's just bop, bop, bop. He looks to counter a lot. He's not throwing four, five, six punches.
Yeah, I see that he's coming out of Lloyd Irving, that's over in Maryland, and I,
Mhm.
I I read he's got like a blue belt. I don't. I do you have like a belt ranking, or I know yours like MMA jujitsu is pretty good. It's tight, but do you have like
I
a
mean,
like a belt ranking or no?
belt only covers 2 inches of your ass, but
I hear that, but
uh, I've been like it really doesn't matter. I am a high level purple belt, but
oh, good, good.
probably overdue for my brown belt, but it is what it is.
Right, and now you're in Missouri with Glory, right? You're out there
Yes,
with James Krause and company.
yes, sir.
Who you been hitting the mats with? Like who you been training with? Any notable names? I think I saw something else where you mentioned Trey Ogden, right?
Yep, yep. He fought what last weekend or the weekend before?
Yeah, he had a
Uh,
big upset victory there.
was that an upset or was that
It
just
was he was
bad
the underdog
judgment?
on that. I
Yeah, I
think.
know, I know he was the underdog, but in reality, I think they judged him off his leather fight too much, and he got suckered into sparring that fight, and then he came out and actually fought this fight, and he looked great. Looked great. I
Right.
don't think that was an upset at all. I think exactly what should have happened happened.
Good. Good.
The odds
Um,
makers didn't, but fuck them.
how about the other any other notable names you've been rolling around with or striking with over at
Dude,
Glory?
I mean, dude, day in, day out, like we got 20 or so guys in the UFC, a couple
Oh, I know.
Bellator, couple big
Glory's
name Bellator
phenomenal.
guys, like there's just so many guys, there's days just at 45 off the top of my head, David Onama,
Oh,
Isaac
great.
Dolgarian, TJ Brown, Derek Minner. That's just off the top of my head at
Oh,
45,
that's fantastic.
you
Good
know.
good people to have a I know you got a short camp. When'd you find out about this fight? Like
I
it's
think the
less than 2
14th
weeks
or
ago, right?
15th.
Oh, right. So it's yeah, what is that? 2 weeks? 2 weeks, 2 week camp you got
My
pretty
camp
much?
will be about 2.5 weeks.
All right. How about your how's your weight going? I know
It's going. It's
Tapology
going.
says your last weigh-in you were 154. So you got to
Now, my
do a little
last
bit.
weigh-in, I was 145 on the dot.
Oh, were you? Good,
Yeah,
good.
it was a title fight. I fought for
Oh,
the 145 cage Shainis title.
I saw that. I saw that.
Yeah.
That French guy, Picard. What's his
Yep,
name? Bryce
yep.
Picard. I was
Mhm.
at that fight. Man, he scared me for a little bit. He wobbled
Yeah,
you. He
yeah,
did.
he
He
cracked me.
wobbled you.
I didn't know going into that fight he had like 70 kickboxing fights.
Oh, really? I didn't
Yeah,
know either.
yeah.
But
I came out super cocky too, and I got cracked. I cracked him back, dropped him, and
yeah,
finished
got
it
the
him
ground
down with
and
some
pound.
ground and
It was
pound.
fantastic. One of my
Mhm.
best weekends I've ever had in Plymouth.
Let's go.
For real. I hung out with you. I met some of your sponsors, mold guys, Kurt and his
Yeah,
girl Tara. They were telling me they were giving me some insider insider weight cut secrets. They're
Oh,
like,
geez.
oh, Don said, if you gotta suppress your appetite, so you can't eat, you just a little tablespoon of coconut oil. It
Yeah.
tastes like it's like you had a whole meal. That's what Tara told me. I know, but this is over beers and stuff at the hotel, but still, I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So do you have
I
a
got a nutritionist
nutritionist
for
over
this
there in
camp.
Glory? Do you have like somebody watching what you're eating and all that?
Yeah, so Tyler Mitten normally does I hired Tyler when I was first got to Glory just to get my weight in check. But I've been using his method to cut weight for all my last fights. And I just hired him again for this camp just because it was so much weight and so little time. And just to stay exact and precise and make sure I can make it.
Right. Originally, they wanted you to go like right in place of Giga, didn't they? But then like James was like, you're not your weight is off too much or something. What did they want you to go a week ago, like at
Yeah,
Vegas 60? Yeah,
yeah,
I
they did.
heard that too. So
So, what people don't know is I got a shot, an injection in my shoulder. I got a PRP, and after that, obviously it's super painful. But I had a shoulder injury for a while that's just been kind of lingering. I tried out PRP. This is well before I knew I was going into the UFC. Now to do that, I'd have to get protocols and shit like that. But what what ended up happening was there was a wedding back home. So right after I got the shot, I went back home. I saw my family, and I took 2 weeks to let my shoulder rest and recover. And it feels good as new right now, which is great. The only issue is I come back mid September, and 3 days into training or 2 days into training, it's like, hey, you want to fight in the UFC? I'm like, motherfucker, I went to taking that time off.
was that in Massachusetts when you got the call?
No, I just got back to Missouri.
Oh, okay.
Um, So I drove back on Friday night. I got here, excuse me, I drove back on Tuesday night, got here Friday night. And then my first day of training was Saturday morning at open mats. Sunday, I did a little bit of cardio. Monday, I went through training like normal, thinking like, all right, this is going to be a good week to ease my shoulder back into it, ease my body into getting back to my normal walking weight. And then Tuesday, I go to practice, and probably around 3 o'clock, James Krause calls me up. He normally doesn't call me. So when he called me up, I knew it was something serious. So he's like, I don't even know if he said hello. He's just like, "What's your weight?" And I'm like, I told him, and yeah, I'm in the UFC now. So fuck it.
Yeah, that's fantastic, man. So James is going to be in the cage side when you're out there, right?
Yeah, he's gonna be in my
Who
corner.
else is going to be over there with you?
Uh, it's gonna be James Krause, Austin Ford, and Eric Grossman. So Austin Ford has been really working my hands up here at Glory, and Eric Grossman has been my go-to guy from back home. He's the one
Is
who
he
pushed
from
me.
Citadel? Is he from?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. He opened up Citadel after my old gym shut down, and he's the one who actually pushed me to leave New England to train elsewhere. And I found myself at Glory.
Right. I was going through like deep dive in you and Sodiq, and
Mhm.
I saw Eric with he was in pictures with you at Citadel and some other guy, Goobs something, like some other fighter in Citadel. But I noticed I saw you had like this was like weeks ago, but you put out like a UFC hit list, and people
Oh,
like
did I?
well, yeah, you did. You mentioned like you would like to fight Chase Hooper,
Yeah,
Charles Rosa,
yeah.
yeah, and you gave reasons of why you should be able to beat these guys, and I agree, man. Your forward pressure is phenomenal. That just watching that last fight is like you pace before every fight, and then you just boom. Soon as it goes, you're like no messing around. You're very forward pressure heavy, and I love that about you and your durability. I watched that fight where you fought with a broken neck, and
hmm
dude, yeah, who was that against? It was
Daniel
man,
Matos.
yes, Daniel
Believe it or not,
Matos.
no one knows, like outside of the New England scene, no one knows that happened.
Right. I was told by your cousin there. That's how I met.
Oh,
That
Johnny.
my
Yeah,
first fight. Yeah, my first introduction to you. I was at work, and your cousin there, that he's a truck driver for where I work, and he was watching the on his phone. He's watching that fight against Chris Lencioni. Is that his name? Lencioni.
Oh, Chris Lencioni. Yeah, yeah.
He's
That
like
must have
a
been for
BJJ.
FAC.
Yeah, it was when you got the FAC. That was lightweight belt, right?
Yeah, that was another
155.
short notice 5 day. Like that was 5 days. I made lightweight in 5 days. So I think
Right.
I was getting ready to fight at 145, and this opportunity came up, and my weight was fine, and
Yeah, and you
I think
came
I have
into
like
that
a.
as a big underdog as well. Everybody
Oh
thought
yeah,
he
oh
had
yeah.
the yeah, because he's like a superb grappler. Like outside of MMA, he does like grappling tournaments. I saw he had a whole long list of all green, like all victories. But you got that victory. That was fantastic.
Well, here's the thing about MMA. It's a fucking mess, right? So it's like you could be a better grappler than me. You could be a better wrestler than me. You could be a better striker than me. There are intangibles when it comes to fighting that don't stack up on paper, and I think that's probably my biggest skill set.
Yeah, and I love that you've been 25 minutes already. You've
Mhm.
seen full distances. Your durability is top notch. I think your cardio is phenomenal. I
Thank you.
think you have a good shot, despite what the bookies think on this. You're the widest. You got to know
Oh,
you're the widest
I'm gonna
line
make
on this
some people rich. You kidding me?
card. Oh, you're gonna make me rich. I
I'm
got
gonna
you.
ruin some parlay. I'm gonna ruin some parlays and make some people rich.
you you bet, bud. You bet. All
Because
over it.
you gotta believe, like everyone who has no idea who the fuck I am is picking fucking Sadiq to ride a
Right.
parlay.
Well,
They
just
think
like
that's an
looking
absolute
at it
lock.
from a without knowing you, looking at it from like a casual stance, he's got inches, like 3 inches height, 4 inch reach. I think he's got on you.
Hmm.
So everybody's assuming that he's going to be the bigger, lengthier striker, and there's assuming he's going to probably be faster. But I don't. That's up for debate in my opinion because I've seen you fight. You're quick, man, and he does. I was looking at his deep dive. He's got a loss to some guy named Luis Gomez. The guy was losing the whole fight, but he all he did like a judo arm drag to like a ground and pound, or maybe it was a submission. But I'm like, yeah, watching your last fight against Bryce Picard, your takedown skills are phenomenal. Your grappling is top notch. Man, I think this line is way hyped up. Way hyped up. They don't know. They
Oh,
don't know about Shameless Don
that's all
Shainis.
right. That's all
Yeah,
right.
I
I'm
like that
definitely gonna
too.
turn some
You
heads.
no
So
pressures on you. You're going against a ranked UFC fighter. All the pressures on Sodiq.
course,
You
of
got
course,
nothing to lose. You got only to gain. Phenomenal. I'm
my
excited
stock
for it.
goes up regardless.
Absolutely. I'm excited for it. I know you're hyped for it. I can't wait. I really appreciate you taking time to speak with me on this for the interview. My first interview ever, and I'm
Let's
glad it's with
go.
you.
Let's go. You're
Exactly,
knocking it out the
exactly.
park.
Let's fucking go. All right, Don. I'm gonna end this, but man, keep up the good work. I can't wait to see your victory come next Saturday.
Sounds good, man.
Yep.
I'm really looking forward to it. And if you are betting, obviously I'm plus 750.
Yeah,
Throw throw
I took you this morning at 7 plus 750. Yep.
throw the parlay this with the plus 1.5. I think I grind them out in the second or third.
Yeah, on Bet Online, the over on the distance bets aren't out yet, but I did take you on the ML, and I will. I think I predict probably you think decision, or you think you're gonna finish.
I think I'm gonna grind them and be too much for him, especially when it hits the ground. Now, I'm
Yeah.
not saying I'm gonna finish him, but I'm going there with every intent to to finish the fight. The
Oh,
quicker the fight ends, the easier my night is. So
love to
I
hear
don't
it.
I don't see it being an easy first round. I think once he starts to slow down in the second and third, that's where I'm gonna set myself apart with my pace.
Awesome. So over two, like yeah, over two, and Don Shane's money line, perfect.
Yeah, they might even have the 1.5. So if you could take it at the
Oh, that would be
1.5
great. Yeah.
with with me, parlay that shit together and really cash in. Because you got
Oh,
to assume the odds
absolutely.
are going to be plus 1,000 on that,
Oh, you know that. Yeah, if
if
you
not
round
more.
bet it, if you pick third round, you're going to be over 1,000. If you say
Oh,
if
for sure.
somebody round bets third round for you. All right, buddy. I'll
Well,
let you
I
get back
ran.
to your day. Thanks for taking your time out, and
Yeah, no problem.
yeah, I'll talk to you. I got it. You got to hook me up with a shirt after your victory Saturday. You promise.
Once I take care of some business, I get back to town. Just remind me, please remind me.
I will. I will. All right. Thanks,
Take care,
bud.
Ranj.
Yep.
Peace.
Bye.